Hello mathematicians, here is the video for multiplication homework number 3. 32 times 5. Multiply 5 by all the digits across the top. 5 times 2, then 5 times 3. 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 more is 16. Let's do the one right next door, 27 times 6. 6 times 7, then 6 times 2. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 more, 13, 14, 15, 16. Down a little lower, 214 times 8. Multiply 8 times all the digits across the top. 8 times 4, then 8 times 1, then 8 times 2. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. Right next door, 302 times 9. 9 times 2, then 9 times 0, then 9 times 3. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, with nothing to carry. And 9 times 3 is 27. The very last two on the page, 251 times 3. 3 times 1, 3 times 5, then 3 times 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And the last one on the first page, 418 times 4. 4 times 8, then 4 times 1, then 4 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 4 times 4 is 16. All right. 2-digit times 2-digit problems on the back. 38 times 14. So we're going to start with the 4 and multiply the 4 with all the digits across the top. 4 times 8, then 4 times 3. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 more is 15. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with our 1, except remember our 1 is really a 10 because it's in the tens place. So you need to put a 0 in there to bump everything to the proper place. So when we add it together, we really were multiplying as it were as it was a 10 as opposed to being a 1 because it really is a 10. All right, 1 times 8, then 1 times 3. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3. And then add them all together. 532. Right next door, 24 times 16. 6 times 4, then 6 times 2. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Now we're going to multiply with our 1, and remember our 1 is in the tens place, so putting a 0 there will bump everything to the column that it's supposed to be in. 1 times 4, then 1 times 2. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. Add our two products together for our final product of 384. And the last two on the page, 25 times 11. 1 times 5, then 1 times 2. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2. Be sure to add our 0 because this one is really in the tens place. 1 times 5 and 1 times 2. Add it all together. 275. And the last one, I threw a 3-digit times a 2-digit number at you to see if you could do it. It's the exact same process, so stay with me. So ignore that 1 for now, and let's just focus on our 6. 6 times 3, then 6 times 4, then 6 times 2. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Now let's focus on our 1. And our 1 is in the tens place, so don't forget our 0. We're going to do 1 times 3, then 1 times 4, then 1 times 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Add both of our products together for our final product. Okay, here are the answers for the first side. And here are the answers for the second side. All right, kids, I will see you in class.